Motherboard. The motherboard is a large, flat board that all the computer parts plug into. It's the main hub that allows every component to talk to each other. Even though it's cheaper than many other parts, it's one of the most important pieces because without it, nothing can work together. You can think of it as the heart that connects the whole system. CPU, the CPU, or Central Processing Unit, is often called the brain of the computer. It doesn't store much data, but it's extremely good at working with it. It handles things like calculations, scanning long lists of information, and running programs. Almost every action your computer performs passes through the CPU at some stage. Hard drive. The hard drive is where your files are kept. When your computer says it's running out of space, that means the hard drive is nearly full. Hard drives can store huge amounts of data, but they aren't very fast because most of them use spinning disks and move data through a small connection. Because of this, they can't always send information to the CPU quickly enough. RAM. To solve that speed problem, we use RAM. RAM also holds data, but in much smaller amounts. Its main advantage is speed. It can send information to the CPU much faster than a hard drive. When you see a loading screen in a game, the system is moving data from the hard drive into RAM, so the CPU can reach it faster. RAM comes in long, thin sticks, and unlike a hard drive, it doesn't keep data permanently. Once the computer shuts down, everything in RAM disappears. SSD does the same job as a hard drive, but much faster, and with better durability. It's a newer type of storage, and can replace hard drives or work alongside them. The downside is that it usually costs more. Graphics card. Creating 3D scenes requires heavy calculations, but showing those scenes on your screen is another challenge. That's the job of the graphics card. It's basically a small computer inside your computer that focuses only on visuals, choosing which pixels light up and what colors they display. Some CPUs include built-in graphics, but they're usually weaker than a separate graphics card. Power supply. The power supply takes electricity from the wall and converts it into power the computer can use. It must be strong enough to support all the other components inside the system. Case. The case is the outer box that holds all the parts together. Common sizes include mini tower, mid tower, and full tower. The case size should be chosen after you know the size of your components, so everything fits properly. Cooling system parts like the CPU and graphics card produce a lot of heat. Without cooling, they could damage themselves and other components. Computers use either air cooling or liquid cooling, and each method has its own advantages and disadvantages. Wireless card. If your computer can connect to Wi-Fi instead of using an Ethernet cable, it does that through a wireless card.